Everybody, it's Dana. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do something just a little bit different. And usually I have something planned that I'm going to do. But today it's not like this isn't planned, but I'm working on this journal and it's just a very quick one that I threw together last night. And so all I'm going to do today pretty much is I turn on my camera and I'm going to finish this because I want to deliver it this morning. And as I work on it, I'll kind of share with you the story. So, real quick, all I did was put together a fabric cover. I do have tutorials on my channel on how I do this using a 9x12 envelope. So you can look through those, and if I remember, I'll link a video below. And I just did a closure with a button, you know, the kind of buttons that have the little they don't have holes in the top. They have the little thing on the bottom to create a thing that I could just wrap this piece of lace around. And it can be just closed like that. And I just put some charms on the bottom of it. So that's what I've done. And I threw together a signature. And I want to finish this morning by putting some pockets. Now this is going to be a fairly simple journal. Because it is for somebody who probably has never even seen a journal like this. So I want it to be fairly simple. So what I'm working on, the stage I'm in right now, is I want to sew in the signature. So again, everything I'm doing here there are tutorials on my channel, so I'm not going to do a step-by-step tutorial. Today is more just sharing with you the process and why I'm doing this for her, because that's important. And so I'm going to get started as I sit and just chat and share with you. So I'm just going to get my signature ready and make sure that my little short pages are where I want them, in between the pages here, before I start punching holes. So last night I was attending my Bible study online via Skype because, you know, nobody's really meeting anymore in person because of the virus. And I posted a video on my channel. The last video I posted talked about I did a little project, and it was just about blessing people, trying to stay connected. And so I was at Bible study, and my camera went out for whatever reason, but I could still hear and see everybody. And I was listening to the chatter that was going on, and a dear friend of mine was sharing about how she was talking to a friend on the phone the other day, and she was sharing about how she was needing to really look for quote unquote, like she called them, God sightings. And this dear lady is high risk. She lives alone. She's an older lady, and she lives alone. So she's not unlike me, who is quarantined, and I have family here. I have 3 other people living with me in the house. I'm not by myself, and I just want to straighten these out. They're feeling a little funky to me. So anyway, you know, I have other people in the house. I have people I can hug and talk to and spend time around, and she is alone. And so she was saying how important it is for her to really need to pay attention, to see the blessings and see God's blessings every day. Because it's very easy to get depressed when you're by yourself all the time. And she happened, and I just thought, what a just so inspiring to me that she is by herself and that she's still looking for ways that she can see God in all of this. And that was just, it just hit me and it inspired me. And she's such a sweet lady, I know, to me, and she has helped me so much. She and her daughter, both, when I didn't have a car, helped me by pretty much her and her daughter were the ones who got my daughter home from school every day. And just sweet ladies. And try and do this without moving it here. I think I moved it. Let me see. There we go. So anyway, and she happened to mention this thing about God sightings, and what she said was that, oh, she just kind of went on and on about it and said that how important she felt that was, and that she really needs to get a journal and write those things down. Write her God sightings, her quote unquote God sightings, down somewhere. And of course, me being a journal maker, I immediately thought, okay, I can definitely help with that, and I want to do something nice for her. She's such a sweet lady in my life. And so I got out of Bible study last night and immediately started pulling papers out of, and I just used my coffee dyed papers and a paper pad that I thought was really pretty, and just started pulling papers. And I knew I wanted to do a fabric cover, really pretty fabric cover, and so that's the kind of story behind this, because I knew I was going to be going into town today because I've got to go pick up medicine from the pharmacy for both my daughters have medicines ready at the pharmacy, and I do too as well. And so I knew I was going to be going into town, and her house is pretty much on our way home. So I thought it would be perfect, and I'm just going to drop it off on her doorstep with a little card. She is, if you watched my last video, she is one of the ladies that are on my list of people to stay close to, keep in contact with, my people. I have like this little list of ladies that's called my people that I want to stay really connected with, and obviously this lady's on there. And so there we go. Sorry, I just had to focus a little bit on what I was doing here. Oh, I need to get this out of the way. This is getting tangled up in everything. So anyway, so that's kind of the story of how this came about last night. So I got out of Bible study, came out of my bedroom, and immediately, like, that was like the middle of class, and so I was very preoccupied during class because I was thinking about what I wanted to do with the journal, and what papers I might want to use, how I wanted the cover to look, things like that. So I had kind of a thought in my head when I left Bible study of what I wanted to do. And so I immediately got to work after I got out of my bedroom from the Skype call for Bible study. And I got to this point with it before I went to bed last night. And so I just want to encourage you, listen to the people that are in your life. Pay attention when you're talking to them. If they express a need of something or an interest in something, use your talents. You are all extremely, I hope I put this in right. Oh, good. Right side up. I have done that before. I have sewn a signature in upside down. Just pay attention to their needs, something they say, maybe something that they're interested in, just things like that. Look for ways to bless people. And I just, it's so important. I'm just going to put this away here. So I wanted to get this finished so I could drop it off on her doorstep this morning when I go out, and just bless her. And obviously she's in my these are the little envelopes, the custom envelopes I made for our last project, and her card is in this pile, so I'll just put that card with that had the recipe that I did in the last video. I'll put that with this journal, so I'll just hand deliver that and drop it off on her doorstep. So now that I've got the signature in, I can kind of flip through and show you guys the papers that I chose. So I just did the cover with, I've got some from a Faith collection of paper that I had used up but had a lot of cut aparts left. I'm trying to make sure that I'm in camera here. There we go. So I just took one of the cut aparts and I inked it and put a piece of lace behind it and sewed it onto the cover here. And then did the button with the lace closure. It's as simple as that. And I did take some ink to the edges of the fabric just to kind of make it look a little more aged, a little more grungy. And so here's the paper. I'm trying to think. I think this is just a Michael's paper pad that was $5. You know how they have them. What are those called? I can't even think of. Great Buys or whatever, I can't think, but they're like the $5 paper pads. And this one's called Romantic Garden. Sorry, I just need to take a drink. I've got my morning Dr. Pepper. I don't drink coffee. That's my coffee in the morning. So this was called Romantic Garden, and it's just beautiful. So even this background paper here with all of the quotes, the writings, the words is from there. So there's this page, and then I've got coffee dyed. This is all of the printed papers are from that paper pad. I put a coloring page in here. This is ledger paper. More coffee dyed. Coffee dyed. Small little ledger paper. This paper is just gorgeous. I love it. Music paper. And this is from a book called Graceland. This book was gifted to me by a friend, and I finished reading it and it's got like little journaling spots in it and stuff. And so I use now, since I'm done with the book, I use the pages when I know I'm giving a journal to someone who is of faith, and because it's got these beautiful just verses and things like that in it. So I trimmed 2 papers down, and then I adhered them together in the middle to make them the size that would fit the journal. So those are beautiful, and this is just the other side. So what I want to do is keep this really simple. I'm not going to fill it. What I did was I'm not going to fill it with a ton of tags and ephemera and stuff because my friend Joy is probably, like I said, never seen a journal like this before. I don't want to confuse her in like how to use it, you know. So in the paper pad, I had cut out and inked front and back some cut aparts that I felt I wanted to use in here, so as journaling cards, because I'm not going to make my own journaling cards. I'm just going to use these because I was keeping this simple. I wanted to be able to do something in one night. So I'm going to find spots for these and maybe add a banner tuck, a little pocket here or there to hold these. And that's about it. So what I know that I do want to do in order to cover this where I sewed the button on, this is just one of the book pages that I tear out from my glue book. And it's a really good size here. And so I'm going to cut the corner, I think, just to make it a different shape, kind of like a secretarial pocket. Kind of like that. And then I'm going to glue that there so that I can put one of these journal cards in here like this. So, and that will hide where I sewed the button on. So let's cover this with paper. And then on the back cover, let's do these at the same time. I'm going to put just a regular pocket. I'm trying to think. I think I might want to make that a little bit shorter. So basically, I thought I would just turn on the camera while I finished up the journal this morning. Chit chat, talk to you guys, and I did not cut that straight. There we go, that's better. And, you know, if my phone cuts off after, you know, the 33-minute mark and goes to another video, I'll just post a part 2. That's just what I'm planning on doing. So it's just a very informal this morning, and looking for my offcuts from when I did my pages. Here we go. See if I have any that will fit this. Yeah, that'll fit. This is super pretty. Let's see what we can do here. I think I might need a couple of pieces of paper for this one. Or maybe I'll cut it down. Ooh, maybe catch those flowers. But I have, you know what? This is the paper that I've got here, so I don't want to use that. Let's see. I know it's still the same paper. Still the same floral print. I just love it. But I'm going to decorate it a little bit more, so hopefully it won't be too matchy-matchy. I could actually make this into another journaling card. It's got these lines on it, so let's put that aside, because we can make that into a journaling card. So that's the story of the journal, and Joy is such just a sweet, sweet lady, and she'll just do anything. She's also the administrative assistant for our church, so she just like serves people and serves people and serves people, and she's such an inspiration of just what it is to show Christ to someone, to anyone, and she inspires me. And she inspires me to look at myself and do better. And she also struggles with some physical ailments, and she, you know, and it's been years of a battle with her blood sugar and stuff to get her regulated, and she has struggled physically so much, and she's just such a testimony of God's grace. I just love her. And I'm happy to be able to do something for her. Okay, just going to glue this down. I'm almost out of our glitter glue, and I really need to order some. I haven't ordered any. And it's like, I'm kind of panicking a little bit. So I'm kind of using my Fabri-Tac. That's what I used on the cover instead of art glitter glue, because I was scared to use my art glitter glue. I didn't want to run out and not have any to use, like, when I needed them for, like, this inside the journal. Okay. I am going to sew around the edges of these once I get them done and put together. I just want to take care of kind of this white edge that's showing from the book page behind. So I hope y'all are doing well. I hope that you've been encouraged. My whole point in doing videos like this and like the last one I put on my channel is not to sit and brag about what I'm doing, but to inspire others to do the same, and just bless the people in your life. I never ever want to be taken like I'm trying to brag about anything that I'm doing. That is not my heart at all. Okay, let's see here. I need to cut off this edge here. Oh, it's perforated. Because I think what I'll do is shorten this pocket so that this piece of paper fits on it. And I hope that it'll look okay. Okay, let's see how, I'm definitely going to change the angle of the cut because that totally doesn't look right now. There we go. Oh, let's see. Yeah, it's a little smaller than I wanted, but we can put some other things in the pocket. I just want to be able to cover it with one of these pieces of paper. Well, cardstock. I know there are some people who get confused with when I say paper, because people have made comments. So when I say paper, it's out of habit. Really, it's rare. I'll use like paper when I'm collaging, but when I'm talking like pages for my journal and things like that, it's usually cardstock, unless it's coffee dyed paper. I don't know, it is a mixture. I should be more just careful about just saying cardstock when I'm using cardstock. Okay. Okay, let's cut this out, and then I'm going to stitch around these really quick. Let's ink this. Okay, I'm going to pause you right here for just a second while I just stitch around these really quick, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So just stitched around those pockets, and I want to show you guys something. Okay, my 15-year-old daughter is home from school. They've closed schools in Arizona for the rest and remainder of the school year. And, excuse me, I needed a drink. And she is, okay, my daughter has the best sense of humor. and she sees humor in so much. And we haven't been able to find hand sanitizer at the store, and so she looked up a recipe online using alcohol and aloe vera gel. And last night, while I was in Bible study in my bedroom, she decided to make hand sanitizer. And because our soap container for washing your hands at our kitchen sink was empty, so she was going to use that as the pump for the hand sanitizer. So here's what she I came out of Bible study. Here's what she did. Hand sanitizer for your nasty mitts. She's so funny. Just cracked me up. Oh my gosh. And that's on the back of, as I decorate these, I'll tell you this story. That's like on the back of her, yesterday morning. Okay, I had gone to the store. I think I'm going to use butterflies. I had gone to the store a couple days ago, and because we were out of a couple of essential things, and I had bought a couple things of cookies, just for us to have a sweet treat. You know, I don't normally keep stuff like that a whole lot in the house, and so I thought that would be a nice treat. And so so because I don't keep stuff like that in the house, it's kind of these just are not the right color. Everybody kind of went crazy with the, oh, that's pretty, with the cookies. And so she got up the next morning and all the cookies were gone. This was yesterday. And she was, no, the day before yesterday. So she was so mad because there weren't any cookies left. And she said, geez, you know, while I'm sleeping, everybody just eats up everything. And she was just kind of throwing a little tantrum, you know. Yesterday, or the day before, she was up late talking to her brother on the phone, and she was making cookies. So she said, I'm just going to make cookies because they all got eaten. And so I woke up yesterday morning to make myself some breakfast. So I opened my bread box, and there were her cookies that she made in a Ziploc bag with a note stapled to it that said, if these, let me pull up the picture. Oh no, it's on my phone. I'm not going to be able to do that. The note said, if these are eaten while I sleep, somebody's effing dead. Smiley face. Oh my gosh, it was so funny. She just cracks me up. I just love her so much. She brings me so much joy. Oh gosh. She is a crack up, that one. Never a dull moment, you know. Okay, I want to put something kind of... Ooh, that would be pretty to do that, huh? Wonder if that covers too much of it. But like I said, this is kind of the same flower print, so that would kind of hide some of that. I think I'm going to use it. I'm not going to think about it too much. Sit here and think about it to death and then not get anything done. So anyway, she cracks me up. She's so funny. And I'm always texting my sister pictures of things that she's done, or telling her stories about her. She's just so funny. It's so nice to have someone in your life that brings that kind of humor to it. I appreciate that so much, because with my pain and everything, I can tend to get fairly serious a lot of times, and just that's the way it is. And so it's nice to have people like Emma in my life that help keep things fun. I appreciate that so much, the gifts that God has given me in that way. Okay, so we're going to use Fabri-Tac on this lace, just to kind of get that glued down. I really should have done that before I sewed the edges, but oh well. Such is life. I'll trim off the edge here. Oh, that's super pretty. I really like that. And just a simple butterfly we're going to put right there, because I think that's all it needs. I'll use Fabri-Tac because I'm putting it on the lace. Ah! Losing my grip. I've got the shakes. It's too early in the morning. I get the shakes because of my meds. I'm on so many meds for my pain condition and autoimmune and all of that stuff that it just sometimes makes me shake, especially in the morning time. Oh, I think that's pretty, don't you think? That's going to look pretty in there. Okay, let's do the other one. I think I want to layer some paper up on here because it is kind of, it's kind of a muted print. I just want to make sure I'm in frame for you guys. The little clippy thing that holds my phone up here so I can film is, it covers a lot of the picture. So I can't always tell if I'm in frame. Okay. Let's see what we want to do here. Let's, something with flowers. I know I said I didn't want to use this because it was the same paper. But I'm just going to layer. So let's just tear a little bit off. And just layer under the butterfly so that we have a little bit of texture there. Okay, that wasn't a very good job. Jeez. That was not a straight. I know when I tear I don't get straight lines, but we can do a little better than that. Okay, I'm thinking this with maybe something a little darker behind it. Maybe book page or even music. I'm just going to grab this because I have my glue book right here. So just grab some book page here. Just something. It needs a something.